and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm making a recipe for you I think you'll really like if you like fish. Even if you're not fish's biggest fan, this one is really good. Every single time I've made it for other people, they've asked me for the recipe, and even if I've taken it to like a church event where we're all bringing soups, people will tell me that is the best fish I've ever had. So, and I don't usually like fish, so it's one that's really easy on the palate. I'm making it today with tilapia. I really like this frozen tilapia from Sam's Club. That's what I use. I've also used it, I think they have cod there. I've used it with cod too, which gives it a little fishier of a flavor. I've heard a lot of bad things about tilapia more recently, that I shouldn't be using it, so I don't know all that research, but I'm still using it. You can replace this recipe with any white fish that you want. I don't know about chicken, and I know someone will ask me, but I don't know, it might be worth a try. This one is a crock pot recipe, but it also only takes a couple hours if your fish is thawed, which mine is. I'm using the whole bag of frozen tilapia. It's like 13 fillets, and it is 3 pounds total. Yep, 3 pounds total. So I will show you what I'm doing, but I will also write in the description box a more normal size recipe that would be about half of this. So you can check that out if your family's smaller or you just don't want such a big batch. However, I think you're gonna like it, and you're gonna wish you would have made all of it and saved it for later. These little fillets of tilapia, they do not take long at all to thaw, so I just put them out a little bit ago. You can just put them out in the fridge for a couple hours and they'll be thawed and ready to go for you. It is keto friendly, low carb, the way I make it. You can make some changes so it is not that way, and I'll show you how to do that. But we serve it this way because my husband and I like to stay low carb. We eat Trim Healthy Mama a lot, so this would be an S meal on there. But we also serve it with, usually with homemade bread for our kids, so they get lots of healthy, good carbs. And I am going to share that recipe with you soon. So I'm starting out with chopping up a whole onion. And while I'm chopping, I thought I'd just talk to you for a second. I've mentioned before that when I got married, I did not know how to cook anything. I just knew a few meals. It was shortly after I moved out that I got married, and so I started meal planning right from the beginning. I've never liked cooking that much, or never liked the food things, so I think I've always been real organized about it because I just didn't want it to take up too much space in my life. And I haven't had that unending budget to just eat out all the time, which that's not even that healthy for you anyway. So I had in the beginning like spaghetti, chili, a few things that my mom had forced me to learn. She really tried. There were a few things I knew how to make, and so I would just make those same things every week. I just rotated every week, and we got sick of it real fast, so I started adding to our menu, and I had to learn new recipes. So one way, besides just looking online, one way I learned new recipes is at one point I signed up for savingdinner.com. I'm not even sure if that's still a thing. This is certainly not sponsored by them. But this is one of the recipes I got, and they sent, you could pick your different plans. I know there's a lot of menu services you can get, but it really, really helped me. So I picked like whole food kind of meal plan, and I got a lot of recipes from it that as I did them, I saved them when I liked them. There were a lot I didn't like, but the ones that I liked and were easy and fit into how we wanted to eat, that kind of thing, I saved. And this is one of them that I got from that, like I said, but I have tweaked it a lot over the years. I've made it low carb, and I have also made it a lot bigger. Sometimes I even triple the recipe. Today I'm just doubling it, and I'm gonna make sure I make a good loaf of whole wheat bread for those kids to fill up on as well. If you're in that same spot and you really just don't know how to cook things, finding one recipe at a time that's simple can just slowly build your confidence, and you can find things that will work and that you'll use for years and years to come. So don't give up. I thought I was the worst cook ever, and now I know how to make quite a few things that we really, really love. So now I'm gonna take this onion, it's a really big onion, and I'm gonna saute it in some butter. Doesn't matter how much butter. You can do like a tablespoon or 2 of butter, just till they're soft. I use 2 tablespoons of butter. Gonna melt that and then dump those onions in. This is the most time-consuming part of the whole meal, I promise. It is downhill after this. When I've been in a pinch, I have skipped the sauteing the onion, and I've just thrown in some minced onion. It's not quite as flavorful, but it's pretty good, and it works in a pinch for sure. Okay, I got them soft. nice and soft. They're smelling good. And I'm just gonna transfer them to the crock pot. I'm gonna do it all in one crock pot. Sometimes I do it between two of them, but since I'm only doing a double recipe, it'll be full, but I think it'll work because today I am making yogurt in my other crock pot. I'll link that recipe if you want to know how I make yogurt. Okay, next I'm putting in 4 cups of unsweetened almond milk. You could just use regular milk if you're not worried about carbs, but I want to keep it nice and low carb, so we're doing 4 cups of unsweetened almond milk. Next is 2 cups of ranch dressing. Guys, I told you this one is good. That's what 2 cups of ranch dressing looks like. We're gonna pour that in to the milk and onions. Next, I'm gonna throw in 2 bags of frozen broccoli. I like a lot of broccoli. This meal is so good, but it's also packed full of broccoli, so that's good. Each one is 1 pound. You can use a little less, but yeah, it's good this way. I do not thaw these or cook these ahead at all. They are straight out of the freezer. So I'm gonna try to mix it in a little bit. They're kind of sticking together because they're frozen. Next, I'm putting in this 1 pound bag, 4 cups of cheese. The original recipe called for a couple different kinds of cheeses like Monterey Jack and cheddar. That's why I love this Mexican blend, because I can just dump the whole thing in and I'm getting several different kinds of cheese. So 4 cups for this double recipe. Oh, how can you go wrong, people? You're gonna wanna make this one if you like cheese and ranch. Okay, so it's pretty thick here. Do you like fish chowder?
No.
Okay, next I'm doing half a teaspoon-ish of garlic powder. If you are fancier than I, you could just cook up garlic with your onions in the beginning, but this works too. And I'm just gonna combine this a little bit, kind of get it stirred in together. And then last but not least, we're gonna throw the fish on top. They will overlap a little bit. That's just fine. So I try to spread them out as much as I can. If you're just doing half of this recipe, you'll be able to spread it out a lot better. Gonna be one really full crock pot. Okay, that's it. They're really stacked up there. Usually I don't have to layer them so much if I spread it out between 2 crock pots. We're gonna put on the lid and turn it on high to just 2 hours. If your fish is still frozen, I've done it before with the fish still frozen. I do more like 2.5, 3. Just check in, see. But the fish will be nice and white and flaky. At the end, I'll show you what it looks like, and you just kind of break it up into big chunks and stir it together, and it makes such an amazing chowder. Okay, Destiny's gonna join me for the big reveal. Do you think it turned out good, Desi? Guys, if you like broccoli, cheese, and fish, I can't imagine a scenario where you would not be happy you tried this one. Let's take a look. And there it is, fish laying on top. Now I'm gonna stir it together here. I like to use this like noodle spoon, whatever, because it breaks up the fish really nicely with those little pokey ends. And I just kind of stir it together here. As you can see, it is bubbling up. I had to add about 20 minutes on the time because the fish was just looking a little clear still. I think it's because I had so many layered up at the top. Usually, like I said, I put it in 2 separate crock pots. And I'm sure you could do this in the pressure cooker as well. I just do not know what you would set it on. This smells amazing. All right, guys, if you try this one out, please let me know if you like it. And a lot of times too, at the end, we'll just add a little paprika on top of the bowl. So it's a really good one. Thank you guys for watching today, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.